I know you're a monster.
What is up, everybody? It's Kamal here, and today we are on Voltz tutorials. Now, as you probably already saw from my last Minecraft video, I had to stop with the Tekkit and go with Voltz, because I remember I said that I had the Tekkit footage ready, but it just wouldn't work out. It was too laggy, and I decided to not upload it. So I'm gonna go with something a bit easier at the moment, and then progressively go up with the mods. So today we're gonna do Voltz. Now, like I did with the Tekkit ones, I'm gonna do tutorials on each mod that is in here, but at the same time I decided to start the Let's Play as I do my tutorials. Not on this world though, this is like a separate world just for testing mods, nothing else. So let me show you what we have in store for you today, if I can get out of there. There we go. So today we have the Mekanism mod. Now, this mod I really like and I have used quite a lot. And I'm going to show you some examples of what you can do. So, we're going to start off here in a theoretical elementalizer. Now, this thing can make two, like, mystical things, if you will, such as a Steve stopwatch and a weather orb. I believe so. So the way you do it, you need to put a diamond in the bottom slot here, and a enriched alloy, I believe, in the top slot here. And then to the side, that's just the power meter, or this is the power meter. And then on this side here, this is speed upgrades and energy upgrades. So basically, speed upgrades and energy upgrades. Speed upgrades will make the machine go faster. So if you put, say if you put a energized smelter and you put speed upgrades in there, it'll go faster than before. I think it goes up to like 9 9 speed. And same thing for the energy, but the energy one, it lets it store more energy. So if you're running low on energy and the thing's full of energy to the max, then you have a better chance of not losing any energy. Or not lose energy, but to conserve energy. Now, these three blue things here are elite factories, which is the top tier factories of the mod, and they're basically really good for most of the tasks that you'll be doing in this mod. So here we have the enriching one. So if I grab some ore here, so I can just give you a better example, you place the ore there, it will enrich it, making it into dust. So if you remember Industrial Craft from Tekkit Classic and some other mods, they have the macerator, which is exactly like that, but this is just different. It gives you gold dust, and each dust makes a bar. So that's really useful. And then here we have the purification chamber. Now this is used in unison with flint and an ore. So once again, I'm going to show you an example. So we got our flint here, and we got some, let's not go with that, let's go with some iron. So we're going to put the flint there, and you see the bar raised up there, that's filling with flint, and you put ore there. Now eventually, it'll turn it into an iron clump, 3 iron clumps. And then, what you do with that iron clump is that you take the iron clump and you put it in your enrichment chamber, or your elite factory that is designed to enrich. Maybe I was wrong. My mistake, you have to put it into a crusher first, and then the enrichment chamber, and then you put it into a smeltery of any kind that is available in Voltz. My bad, I was thinking too far ahead. And so now we have a metallurgic infuser. Now this thing is used to make certain alloys, certain dusts, such as refined obsidian dust, which you need to make obsidian ingots, steel dust, which you're going to need probably a lot of, and to just decorate the place you can have some mossy stone bricks or some moss stone. And then for bronze, this is one way you can make it, or you could do it another way. Then here it's just it's another enriching. Apparently I have 2. But this was supposed to be a smelting one, which does what you think it does. It would smelt anything that can be smelted. And here, this is the crusher I was talking about. So let me put these iron clumps in here, and it will basically smash it. And eventually, it'll turn it into dirty iron dust, which you then will enrich, and then you can make it into and then you can smelt it into the bars. So essentially, for each ore you put in the crusher, in the purification chamber, you're basically getting 1 ingot for, you're getting 3 ingots for 1 ore instead of getting 2 ingots from one ore, or just 1. And then here we have a combiner, which does what you think it does. It combines stuff back together, such as making things back into obsidian or into an ore for some reason. I don't know why, but it's here. You can use that if you want. Then an enrichment chamber, basically it's the same thing as this thing here. It enriches stuff, but that one just has more slots than this one. And then this one here is an osmium compressor. Now this is what you need to make the actual obsidian ingot and glowstone ingots. So it's going to be really handy to have that, and you're going to want a lot of osmium, because that's what you're going to need in order to combine with refined obsidian dust. And here we have an electric chest. Now this is a good way to try and store some stuff that you don't want anyone to touch, because you can make a password of any kind that you want, but it needs some charge, and you can change the password, and so you're the only one who can get in there unless someone else knows your password or guesses it and is able to get in and take all your stuff. Now this robot thing, I actually don't know what it does, but the owner is me. I'm assuming that this is something that can like carry stuff or just follows you wherever you go. So like, let me see, is there an option? Drop pick, so wait, let me see. Is he gonna take it? Oh yeah, he takes it. Okay. And then this thing here is a charge pad, which charges up anything that needs power. So you can take any machine, any weapons that are electrically powered, and you can just stand on there for a while as long as it's getting power, and you can eventually just charge it. Or if you're in a safe place, you have a lot of energy left over, you can just place it in there. And then these are some ways of power. These are solar generators, which it's not morning right now, it's nighttime. And then here, this will always start to work unless there's no wind. But this is a wind turbine. It basically catches the wind and it uses it as power, and you can bring it to your energy cube. And then this is an advanced solar generator. This is basically, in a way, 4 of those. So that's basically the same thing, but this one, well, I don't actually know. But these are really good if you're out in the open and you want an eco-friendly energy plant. Then you could use that, the wind turbines, and those smaller ones. But now that we're done with that, let me show you some more ways of power and some extra things. So here we have a big pond here, or I'd say big. This is actually kind of like a medium, I'd say, or kind of small. But here is an electric pump. And you need to power this thing in order for it to work. I just went and placed an ultimate energy cube in there just for the heck of it. And then since this is all infinite, it will keep on getting it, and the water shouldn't drain that much. So here you have a full tank because it got full. And then these are mechanical pipes, I think, if I'm correct. Let me see. Yep, it's a mechanical pipe right there. These are mechanical pipes, and it basically transfers any liquid, in a way, through the pipe and into anything that you want it to, like in a tank or in a generator. And this right here is an electrolytic separator. I think that's how you say it. And this will either output hydrogen or output oxygen, but the way it gets those two things is that it takes water and it basically is separating the atoms in there. So because water is H2O, so it's separating the hydrogen and the oxygen into their single forms, and you can either output the hydrogen, which I did here, or output the oxygen, which I did here, and they're all in tanks. And then, if you did the one that outputs the hydrogen, you can either send it to the tank, or you can send it to a hydrogen generator, which takes hydrogen and makes energy. Now, at the moment, I think I don't have any more hydrogen. There's hydrogen in here, but there's no hydrogen in here anymore. Why is that? Well, I don't know. I think it's because of this thing here. Is it? I don't know. I'll see why. I think... Oh, this just dumps out something. I don't know what that face does. I guess it's just on neutral. Oh, here it is. Or is that it? Yep, that's the hydrogen coming through. It was like a white thing. Hydrogen I don't think is actually white, but just to show it, they just made it white, I guess. And then over here we have a bio generator. So again, if you're eco-friendly and you have a lot of waste products or just like farming products that you need to get rid of, you can make biofuel, which you can make from crushing up any kind of organic thing like seeds, saplings, crops of any kind that you have, even dead bushes. Dead bushes give you 4, which is quite amazing. And you place it in the left slot here, and it will make power based on how much you put in there and how much is left in the bar. And that's a good way to do it. If you have a way to pipe in the biofuel in there just on its own and have some kind of system to make it, then that's all on you. And then here we have a teleporter. Now I don't usually use these things because I don't see too much of a need for them, but if you want to be fancy and you don't want to have to just walk everywhere, then you can just have teleporters everywhere. You need to have it charged, and you right click on it, and wherever your next one is, it'll teleport you there. But keep in mind, they both need to be powered. I believe they both need to be powered so that if one's not powered, it won't work. So if I was to disconnect this and then wait and then keep on using this energy, eventually, which I won't do now because that might get boring, but eventually you won't be able to use it anymore, and it will be completely empty and you'll have to recharge it again. And again, all that stuff there and all those machines require lots of power, which is why it's good to establish your power first, so that when you get to those machines, then you'll have a good source of power to use. And that is the Mekanism mod. If I missed anything, or if you know I missed anything, let me know. I believe I got everything except for the dynamic tool things here, because I don't really know what they do. Also, there are some blocks here, which I guess I'll quickly show you. Here we go. I kind of like the osmium block the most out of all of these, because I just like how that looks. And then I think I got everything else that needed to be explained. Yeah, these are just components that you need. And oh yeah, there's the electric bow, which has a fire setting, but I actually don't know how to turn on the fire setting. Maybe I'll find out. And then, oh yeah, the atomic disassembler. This is mad. Like, really mad. If you have one of these, and you have a lot of power, and you need to go mining, if you just put it up to the max, which is when you shift and you right click up to 100, you can dig away a lot of stuff. Now, because I'm in creative mode, it's not working. Here, I'll go into survival mode. Look how fast it digs. Look at that. And imagine doing that in a big cave. You get like a lot of materials. Trust me. Me and my friends use these a lot. But not all the time though, because it does require power in it. Sometimes will get drained fast if you use it too much. Then you have these energy meters, configurators, and portable teleporter. I've never actually used that. I don't know what these two things do, but next time, once I figure it out, I'll say in the next video before I start off the next mod. The next mod will be Mine Factory Reloaded, and if you don't know how these mods are going to go, I'll list them in the description of how they're going to go and which ones have already been completed. And so here is like, next would be Applied Energetics and Atomic Science, then those bombs, the modular force field. You get the idea. So that's it for this tutorial video. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Tell me if you like these tutorials and that they help you on some mods. Maybe not. If you don't play Voltz, then I don't know, maybe it'll still help you or give you a general idea of how these things should work. But bye everybody, have a great day.